Hello, welcome to Cooking with Gina. My name is Gina Virginia Casella, and you can hear me. Okay. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella, and I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams. And my website is also up, ginavirginiacasella.com. And soon I'm going to be offering programs. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also really excited because right now, if you wanted to get a gemstone reading, you can do that. So check out ginavirginiacasella.com. So today I'm making rice with, I'm going to put some taco seasoning sauce mixed in it. And I'm also going to put some red and yellow bell pepper. And I'm going to chop up this carrot into small pieces to mix in. I've got garlic somewhere here. Yeah, right here. I've got garlic that I'm going to mix into it, and I'm going to use some of the spicy olive oil sauce that I have. Now, the thing is, a little bit of a problem here. My rice cooker is broken, so I'm going to have to make rice on the pot, and I haven't done this since 2005 because I never heard of a rice cooker until 2006 when I taught English in South Korea. And when I discovered rice cookers, I never went back. So I think it should be okay. I'm going to start taking care of that now, rinsing my rice, rinsing off my veggies and getting that ready. So I'll be right back. I'm going to make some green lentils on the side. This is Surrey brand. I'm not getting endorsed by any of these companies, just sharing with you what I'm using. And I really like the green lentils. They have like a earthy taste to them. And I'm wondering about you. What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. All right, so I've got my pots on the stove with some water. They're on high to boil. And now I'm going to peel my garlic, wash my veggies, and chop up my carrots and bell peppers. So the water is boiling for both the rice and the lentils. So I think I'm cooking them both for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to reduce it to low for 15 or 20. This is why I like to cook and not bake, but whatever. And I'm getting more comfortable and familiar with the lentils, so I like that. Rice, I haven't done it over the stove. I've been taking the rice cooker for granted. And I could look it up on the internet, but I'm just working with ways of knowing, and I'm feeling into this. I'm easing into this. I feel like I'm doing it right. What do you think? Am I doing it right? Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm chopping up my vegetables. And, oh, there we go. And I'm just wondering, how is your new moon going? I just posted new moon gemstone reading, and I'm wondering how you can relate. You can find that on YouTube at ginavirginiacasella.com. And I'm always up to something. Something I have a hard time doing is limiting my goals and focus to one thing. So I do very well creating to-do lists. They're always way too long. But then just the process of creating that to-do list really helps me organize things into themes, or I clump things together, or it just helps me like prioritize what I need to focus on. So I'm wondering about you. Love to know in the comments. And what I'm doing right now, my master plan is, this carrot is really hard here. Okay. What I'd like to do is, I'm thinking, part of me was going to pan fry this, but I think what I'm going to do is put it in the oven. So what I'm going to do is chop up all these veggies, especially the carrots, chop them up small. Then I'm going to get a cookie sheet and grease it up with the veggies on it, sprinkle some taco seasoning, and then I'm going to put the rice on top. So it's like cooking in the heatedness of it. And then maybe I'll put half the veggies on top, half on the bottom, half on top. That way some are a little bit harder roasted, and some are a little bit softer. What are you thinking? Let me know in the comments. Should I just put it all in a frying pan? Let me know. I like it when it's roasted. What do you like? All right, so my carrots are chopped, and now I'm going to go for the garlic. And yes, I left the garlic germination, the sprouts on there. What about you? Do you leave them on? Do you cut them off? Let me know in the comments. So I'm just chopping the garlic here, but I was wondering about what seeds, dreams, keys you're planting. And, I was a little bit surprised. The new moon reading, it was a collective one, so it applies to me as well. And it was about how, this round at least, collectively, most of us, we have thick skins. We're having a hard time shedding our skin. Snakes, like in real life, when their skin gets too thick, it's like wearing, clothes that's too small. It's like tight and constricting. It makes them feel irritable, and their eyes, the skin goes right over the eyes and thickens, and they actually can't see. And the thing is the snake's skin is to protect it, but it starts working against the snake because it's making the snake irritable. And then once the snake cracks that skin off, because it was so thick, it's like extra cold, if you will. But the good news is that when that snake skin cracks off of us, that it's going to come off as a nice clean tube. There was a lot of hummingbird emphasis, and you'll just have to watch the video. I'm just kind of reflecting on it now as I'm cooking. So there's the garlic, and now I'm just going to chop this up. And I think I want the pieces of bell peppers to be, I don't know, kind of the same size as the carrots. Everything's going to be finely chopped today, I think. And I have not lifted the lid of my rice. I think that's something that I'm supposed to do, is not lift the lid while it's cooking. I think that was a little tip that I picked up back in the days when I was using the stovetop to make rice. It is looking good. I'm afraid to lift the lid, but if I tip it to the side, I'm not noticing any water. So I'm just going to remove it from the heat and let it sit in here without touching the lid. And in a few minutes, I'll open the lid and inspect. And in theory, it's not sticking to the bottom. I started having thoughts, maybe I should have added oil to it. I don't know. Cooking with Gina isn't about how to actually cook. Cooking with Gina is just about hanging out, and it's like camping, working with what you have, and, soul tribe. And I am pretty good in the kitchen, but for what it's worth, I am new to the vegan cuisine, and things like lentils just were not part of my world up until a few months ago. And definitely taking the rice cooker for granted and keeping the faith that I have cooked the rice the proper way. I'm wondering, what do vegans have for the holidays? My family, they tried to honor my vegan lifestyle. They were generous and bought some kind of like fake turkey, and you know what, it was probably one of the best fake meats that I've had, but you know what, I had it for leftovers, and I was like, you know what, this just isn't cutting it for me. And so I think when it comes to meat imitation, that doesn't work for me. And I'm wondering about you. I feel like I'm filled with hope. Like I keep hoping some of it's going to taste good or have a good texture. And for the most part, some stuff I find like the mock chicken burgers to be pretty good. But outside of that, I feel like I'm better off just making my own patties with lentils. And if I'm really craving something like chicken, I find the KFC vegan chicken burger to be pretty good. And Harvey's, their vegan beef burger, that's pretty good. But outside of those things, I'm really not feeling the substitutes, if you will. Um, and pizza, I had pizza again with vegan cheese. And for what it's worth, I think next time I order pizza, I'm just going to order it with no cheese. That's where I'm at. And I'm wondering about you. And this Christmas and Thanksgiving, I felt really lost, just nostalgia wise, with vegan cuisine and also just like living with other people and trying to honor their ways of knowing. Um, so I'm looking forward to next Christmas and like what I might serve and for I feel like I eat a lot of good food. I'm always eating like mashed potato type lentil meals now. And other than the lentils, I was always eating good food anyways. And so um, I think next year, my favorites, I'll have a better grasp on what those vegan favorites are. And I will have explored more cuisine by then, but that by next Christmas, I'll have a better idea of what to integrate, what not to integrate. Even just desserts, it was like never ending with butter tarts and cookies that had milk product in it, eggs, and even like spring rolls and stuff like that. There was egg whites, and it's just like there was always some kind of animal product mixed in there. So I'm wondering if you can relate. And so I'm just going to grab a cookie sheet, and I turned my oven on to 400, but I guess I didn't actually hit the start button, so I'm just going to turn it on to 400 right now and get that cookie sheet ready. I've got my veggies here chopped. When I started chopping the red peppers, I forgot that I meant to chop them small, so I started like chopping it, and then I just said forget it. So I'm going to add this and mix it up with some oil, and then I'm going to just spread it on my cookie tray and plop this rice on top with some taco seasoning. All right, so basically I'm going to take my veggies and just plop them right on here. Smells really good. And you know, this stuff here is really good just on its own, fresh like this. The garlic maybe shredded. So I'm taking my spicy sauce. It's olive oil, and my dad, he took chili peppers, squashed them, chopped them with the processor, and then he put it all in a big bowl and just let it sit there in olive oil. And now we have this here. So I'm not going to put salt or pepper just because I'm going to be putting salt and pepper on my own dish when it's finished, and also because the taco seasoning already has seasoning in there. And I think what I'm going to do is mix this up. And I was going to do half on top, like half vegetables on top, half vegetables on the bottom. But I think it might be best just to put all the vegetables on the bottom so they can get heated, you know? Okay. And I'm just going to rinse my hands and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the rice here. And what I like to do is add some Earth Balance vegan butter to it. And I have not opened the lid. And in theory, when I do open the lid, it's going to be nice and perfect for me and ready and not sticking to the bottom. And I'm intentionally putting lots of butter in there because that's how I like it. Okay, let's hope that this is cooked. And If it's not, might have to add more water or something. It looks like it is. It looks like the bottom was just like it's not burnt, but it was just starting to like turn brown, like just starting to stick on the bottom. So I'm glad that I removed it from the heat. And now something I need to do is make sure that it's actually cooked. If it's not, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe add more hot water and boil it. Let's see. It's cooked. It could probably have cooked just a teeny weeny bit more, but it's like nice and chewy. So it's cooked, check off list. So I feel really good about that, especially since I've not made rice like this. And I didn't check the I thought about checking online, but I didn't. I was starting to feel shy about checking it and it being all burnt with you watching. Pretty good, pretty good. And I remember when I was in Korea, we go to these restaurants and it would be a lot worse than this. And it was intentional. It would be like burnt on the bottom. And then what they would do is they would come around with some broth. And then it's kind of like almost like cleaning the pot, but it would transform into a soup. And then they would add vegetables and stuff. So you'd have like rice, and then they would bring all these other amazing things. And it was just that amazing. Okay, so the heat from the rice is, warming up the veggies. The carrots, I want them to give the rice a bit of texture. I don't just want this to taste like, some kind of mush. And I'm cooking for 3. And there's also lentils that are going to be served on the side. Okay, so I just thinning this out. Right here, it's kind of thick. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle this with some taco seasoning. And I've got some seasoning left. I'll just keep it on the side in case somebody wants extra seasoning, because I don't want to overpower it, Okay, it should be fine like that. There's still some in here. Okay, so I'm basically just going to put this in the oven. And forget about it for a little bit, and I'm going to check on my lentils and just tidy up a little bit. I like to clean as I go. What about you? Let me know in the comments. If you're wondering what I'm drinking Lipton green tea. So I just like to put water in a liter or 2 bottle. This is about a liter. And then I just add 1 tea bag. And my favorite combination is to take a 2-liter bottle of water, and I like to add 3 tea bags. That seems to be the recipe, and I drink this water within a day. You can keep it in the fridge for a few days, but after a while, the tea bag starts to go bad. But it's fine. You can get away with keeping it in here. And this is a Lipton name brand. And I'm not being endorsed by these companies, just sharing with you what I enjoy. I've been enjoying a lot of raspberry and lemon ginger green tea. So it's nice to have just the green tea for a change. This is my fallback. And I'm wondering about you. What's your preferred drink, fallback, just everyday drink that you have? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you have any special routines or rituals where you bless your water. I started a routine recently where I get my water, and it's like I'm pretending that I'm like going to the well to get it, and I put it by my window, and I tell the water that I'm blessing it, and I say some special things, and then I imagine that the elementals are blessing it, and the water. When I close my curtain at night, there's no room for the bottle, so I just put it off to the side. But then in the morning, I put it back there. So there's like always a bottle of water in my window. Um, and I have a rule that I need to drink at least one of those bottles a day. And when I go to bed, ideally, I'll take another bottle with me to bed, and I'll drink like half of it, just like hanging out in bed, reading, drawing, whatever. And then I'll take the other half, and that's to get me through the night. So let me know in the comments about your water situation, and what kind of tea you like to drink, and if you like to drink it hot or cold. So my lentils are ready. There was a bit too much water in it, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to strain it. So I did, and I feel really good about my lentils because they've been on the mushy side. I've been overcooking them, and they look really good. So they've maintained their ball shape. I tend to, I'm a sponge person. Do you like using a sponge? Let me know in the comments. And I just washed this big thing. I like this thing here. It's really big. Get some butter in there. And the lentils, I will add some salt and pepper. Wouldn't mind adding a little bit more butter, actually. Okay. Ugh. So I love butter, and I use a lot of it when I make rice or pasta, lentils. I always add butter to it. And what was I looking for? Salt and pepper. So I'm just adding a little bit of salt and pepper, and if folks want to add more, they can. I'm just starting to think that, this might have been good here. Like instead of putting rice, that I could have put the carrots mixed in here with the garlic, and then, there's just so much you can do, right? There's so much you can do. But today I wanted the lentils on the side. Okay, so I'm going to give this a rinse, take out my stuff in the oven, and just mix it around a little bit. And I'm excited. I'm getting hungry. How about you? Okay, so I'm taking out my rice and taco mix here. Smells really good, nice and fresh. And yep, I left my oven mitts upstairs. Seems like when I bring them downstairs, I don't need them, right? So the colors in this are just, really beautiful, very lively looking. And I always start dreaming away. I wonder what you're dreaming. I'm dreaming like, oh, you could put this over top of like a, in a hard shell, in a soft shell. You could um, make like a nice salad and then plop this right on top. If you were having like vegetable kebabs, you could put that on top. Okay, so I'm just having fun now looking at all the beautiful colors. I'm gonna put it back in the um, oven. And how do you know it's ready? Well, you mean it's ready now, but it's basically like kind of a personal preference thing. Like, how soft do you want your bell peppers? How soft do you want the carrots? I want the carrots to be a little bit hard, and I want the bell peppers to be um, like soft, but I want them to be hard but not raw. So I'm going to put it back in the oven and start getting my plate ready. I'm hungry. Making some more water while I'm waiting. So I've got the Lipton green tea here, and I literally just fill the container up and I just put it in there, and that's it. And I accidentally put hot water in here just because I just finished washing dishes. But whatever, it's on the warm side, it's fine. I will survive, and I'm going to get a plate out and a napkin and a spoon and have myself some dinner. Okay, so I'm going to take the rice out of the oven. Whoops. Okay, I try that again. This time for real. I'm going to take it out of the oven. And I like this big cookie sheet. I feel like I can just breathe with it a bit easier. So, oh yeah, looks really good. And you know what? Like always, I always worry about if there's going to be enough. And there's always more than enough. So I like rice, have a big appetite. And now I'm going to get myself some lentils. I don't need this thing like I thought I was going to. Where's that spoon I like? I like using the big spoon. Do you have a favorite spoon that you resort to? Okay, well, these ones do the trick, but it's another one that I like to use. Okay, my lentils. And I feel like my eyes are bigger than my stomach right now. Okay, so put some salt on here, some pepper. So just the rice for what it is. Just the rice. There we are. Rice and taco seasoning. Here's your bite. Oh, and I forgot to give you your zoom in. Been neglecting those. I'm still processing that the rice turned out. Just really happy that it did. Mm. It's really good, and some bell pepper got into that bite. The rice has a nice chew to it. Now I've got some carrots, bell pepper, and yellow and red pepper in here. Yellow pepper really coming out. Here's a piece of garlic here. I think the yellow pepper is the winner today. The yellow pepper just seems to like kind of pop out from the other flavors. The lentils. Oh, I meant to put like pickles and beets on the side. I remember I wanted it to be like 1, 2, and then 3, like a little side. Um, oh well. Mm. Tastes good and tastes good for you. Now I'm gonna mix lentils and rice. Oh yeah, this bite has, I think, everything in it. Mmm. Mm. Spilling water here. The rice has a really nice chew to it. So I'm going to take a picture of this and chow right down. So thank you so much for joining me today on Cooking with Gina. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Cooking has always come naturally to me. It brings me a lot of joy. I wonder what brings you joy. I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Dragon Dreams. And if you're interested in picking up one of my books, Amazon.ca, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella. And you know what? I don't think I mentioned this in the beginning, but I did mention it before. I'm going fishing, if you will, for Soul Tribe. And so I opened up an account on Rumble and X and Reddit and this and that. And if you know somebody who might be interested in my content, who might be part of our Soul Tribe, let them know. My website is ginavirginiacasella.com. If it's easier for you, all my links are there. And uh, it's been really great getting to know you, cooking with Gina. I wasn't going to continue it. It was just something that I did because I wanted to role model a little video collection for clients about doing something that brings you joy, not overthinking it, and just connecting with yourself and doing something that you already have the tools. You don't have to go out and buy anything. So just honoring yourself, honoring time for yourself. And there's lots more to say, but I'm glad that I'm making these videos. And right now, the main places to find me are on Facebook or this YouTube. But I'm hopeful with more Soul Tribe coming that will recalibrate that and do what works best for us. So again, my name is Gina Virginia Casella. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today on Cooking with Gina. And I'll see you next time. Take care. See you and have a great Saturday. Happy new moon.